What's good with y'all? Welcome to another edition, another episode of the Risky Powerhouse. You know what I mean? We got a special guest with us. You got my boy Baby Risky with us. We locked in, kicking it. You know, last night we had a primetime performance, big time game between what most people would believe to be the two highest MVP candidates of this season, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. When you look at the lead up to the performance, Jokic has been on a tear for the last 3 weeks, carrying the Denver Nuggets. He had a 46-point triple-double versus the New Orleans Pelicans a couple weeks ago, where he had 23 points in the last 7 minutes of the game. Also put in 7 more points and 3 assists in overtime to single-handedly carry the Denver Nuggets past the Pelicans, who's been pretty well since the All-Star break, adding C.J. McCollum, JV. Unfortunately, Brandon Ingram been out, but as of late. But a couple weeks ago they had him, and Yoke pretty much put Denver on his back. 46 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists, over 60-70% from the field. The first triple-double, 40-point triple-double, shooting over 70% from the field. He came right back after that, put up a 33-point triple-double. Yoke has been going absolutely nuts. And when you look at his team, the team construction, without his second or third best player, he never know who his second best player going to be is on any given night. It could be Monty Morris, Jeff Green, sometimes Aaron Gordon hit a bunch of shots. You can get Will Barton to get a few shots in. Bones Highland been playing well for them. I love the addition of DeMarcus Cousins. Good to see Boogie back in the league. Boogie had a few games ago where he had like 28 points, if I'm not mistaken, or 32 points, something like that. And I remember Isaiah Thomas tweeting, "This is not Boogie turning back the clock. This opportunity Boogie. When you give him a chance, he can show you that he still got the ability." But we all know, Isaiah Thomas was speaking from a perspective of trying to get players opportunity that's out of the league. But we know that Boogie can't do it every night, but he still have that ceiling nonetheless. And some nights he could come through, and that's why I like that addition for the Denver Nuggets, because they need as much talent as they could possibly get at this point in the season. But yeah, leading back up into this game last week, Philly, a lot of their games going to be primetime now because of the storylines that James Harden brings. You know what I mean? So when you look at just the simple thought of Brooklyn came in to Philly last week, big game, stomped on them, and they shot terribly. Embiid and Harden shot bad. Harden was like 5 for 18. Embiid was like 9 for 28. That's unacceptable. That's trash. You know what I mean? From two guys that's supposed to be automatic, quote-unquote, buckets. When you look at the very next game after that, Philly played Orlando. Cole Anthony roasting them up. Franz Wagner, Mo Bamba. You can't be in a one-point game with the Orlando Magic. Like, you go into overtime. Luckily, Tobias Harris hit that three in the last 30 seconds, the corner three, that propelled them to that win. But it could have very well went south with the way that those dudes was playing, shooting bad and all. What's up? You got something you want to say, big man? Yeah, so yeah, you get what I'm saying. But yeah, it could have went south for them if they would have lost to Orlando. The storyline coming out of the weekend and heading into this game would have been even lower than what it was with Jokic coming in. So, with all of the build-up, Jokic playing well. Jokic is clearly the front runner by far, in my opinion, for MVP. Giannis over the last 15 games or so averaging about 34 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a half, a block and a half, shooting 59%. I think Giannis is the only one who could really get him. Like, if Giannis, because of what Giannis brings on defense. Like, a lot of people say Embiid a better defender than Jokic. But Jokic is a more impactful defender this season, and every impact metric says so. It's not just my eye test. It's not just what we see with athleticism. You know what I mean? Jokic do more things on defense that help his team defense than what Embiid does. Bottom line, Jokic is leading the league in defensive box plus minus. Okay, also leading the league in offensive win shares, also leading the league in value over replacement player, which lets you know he's carrying the biggest load. He's also leading the league in PER, highest single season PER in NBA history thus far, if he sustained it for the last 15 or 16 games. What he's been doing for the Denver Nuggets has been nothing short of remarkable, spectacular, amazing, all of those adjectives plus more. And when you just look at the efficiency that he's doing all of this stuff, he's getting double every play. Like, he's the only player on the team that other teams are selling out the game plan for. And he's still He's unstoppable, man. He only had 22 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Like some people would say, oh, he ain't really roast, he ain't go crazy like that. And B had a better game. Yoke did enough to win. Like, bottom line, like, when you get James Harden on your team, when you got Doc Rivers as your coach, you got Tobias Harris chasing 20 every night, you got Matisse Thybulle strapping up the perimeter, you got Tyrese Maxey. You know, when you got all those things, it's not about getting 34 points and 9 rebounds anymore. It's about winning the games. And what I see from Embiid, he had one play where he was getting doubled at the free throw line, and he went and, like, took a field goal attempt towards the half-court line, and they called a shooting foul, and he went to the free throw line. I'm like, bro, I can't get down with this, bro. Me personally, I just don't see how a lot of people over the last couple of weeks have been like, oh, Embiid the MVP, Embiid for MVP. When he's out here, he had a game with James Harden where he took like 27 free throws individually, just him alone. Like, come on. I want the bucket getters. Like, when you look at Giannis, 29, like Giannis, Embiid, and LeBron James are all shooting, averaging about 29.7 points per game, 30. They are the 30 balls this season. But when you look at who gets the most buckets, it's LeBron. LeBron got the most games with 10 plus field goals. And after last night, I know they lost, but after last night, he added another one. LeBron have 36 games of 10 or more field goals. He only have 7 games of 10 or more free throw attempts. Think about that. And he's averaging the same amount of points as Embiid, who have had 37 games of 10 or more free throw attempts. 37 games. Think about that. Embiid missed a lot of the season. For the first 10 games of the season, Embiid was averaging 20 points and 9 rebounds. For the next 20 games, Embiid missed 9 games out of 10 games. So in the first 20 games, Embiid missed 9. He played 11, and he was only averaging 20 points and 9 rebounds. When you go to the first 30 games, his averages started to creep. They started to come up. 23 points, 9.5 rebounds, and he missed a couple more games, but you know he started to play better. And then once he came out of the new year, you know he got on the roll, pushed it up to 30. You know, he started averaging 30 for the month of January, averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds or whatever, and then the month of February, 33 points, 12 rebounds. And when you look at his numbers, you're like, oh, he averaging 29.7 points. Oh, whoa. Nah, you got to look at the entirety of what he's been doing all season. Nikola Jokic is better than him at everything. He's better from the mid-range. He's better from 3. He's better in the post. He is a better post player than Embiid because Jokic take half of the free throws that Embiid takes, and he have more impact. His PER, his win shares, his box plus minus, value over everything tells you so. The 26 points per game, the 14 rebounds, the 8.5 assists, you know, the 1.5 steals, 59% from the field. All of these things are telling you that he is highly efficient, and he's highly efficient with high volume. And he, like I said, he's the only option on his team. So let's just talk about the game itself a little bit more. When you look, like I said, Jokic had some help. He didn't do it all alone. He didn't carry his team 46-point triple-double versus Philly like he did versus the Pelicans. But, you know, Will Barton, like I said, he came through for him with 20 points on 50% shooting. Bones Howland off the bench, rookie. Every competitive team got to have a couple of young guys that they sprinkle in to bring energy, a couple of young guys that they sprinkle in to bring effort, you know, to do intangible things that the older players or the players that have a bigger plate that do more things on the floor, those young guys got to come in and do the things that those dudes can't expend energy doing all game, hustling. And that's what Bones Howland was doing, from running left to right on that three-point line, pushing the fast breaks, playing with energy. And Philly kind of sunk into the hole in the second half. Like, Philly started off well. They was up by like 16, 17 points. But second, third quarter, you know, Denver chips away. And then the fourth quarter, Denver closed them out. Denver outscored Philly in the fourth quarter by 11 points. And they only won by 4. Think about that. Think about the choke job that is James Harden and Embiid. Real talk. A lot of people don't want to call it all of that. It's only a regular season game and da-da-da-da-da. How many big games is it going to take you in the regular season to show me that when you get to the postseason, you already showed me what you do in big games? People say, oh, it's just the regular season. Players not thinking like that. Players are thinking that they want to win every night. They trying to win every night. James Harden, after the Brooklyn loss, at his post conference said, you know, the first 5 games, everything pretty much went good for us. You know, we've been winning everything. You know, we've been getting buckets. You know, everything been dandy and nice and sweet. You know, we needed to lose by 30. We needed to get blown out. We needed to see a team that was focused so that we can see how we got to raise our levels, you know, so we can see what more we can do to be better. And the very next game, him and Embiid shot 35% or less again versus the Orlando Magic. And then you come against this game, you come into this game and they play well and fold down the stretch. No sense of urgency in terms of trying to win the game. Down the stretch, when you need these guys to be the best, who was the best? Down the stretch, the best player was Nikola Jokic. He did what his team needed for him to win. He demanded that double team. He accepted it, let the ball swing, and he created open shots every single play for his team. Like, 1 second. When you look at when you sit here and you look at the fact that Maxey shot over 50%, got to the free throw line a couple times, got 19 points. Embiid 34-9. Harden 24-11-9. 5 turnovers for Embiid. So they had 9 turnovers between the two of them. That's too many. One thing I don't understand with Embiid is how is it that Nikola Jokic have 2 months this season, the month of December and the month of January, where he was averaging 15 or more rebounds. That's the best big in the league, bro. 15 rebounds for 2 straight months. Embiid haven't averaged 13 rebounds for 1 month yet. Think about that. And Embiid first elite season. Big man, you getting sleepy? Yeah, Embiid first elite season, he averaged 13.8 rebounds or something like that. He haven't did that since. And what that let me know is he's becoming a scorer. That's what he want to do. He want to score. He don't want to do the intangible thing. He don't want to do the little things that it take from your big to win chips. You need to defend the rim, which he haven't done to his expectation. You got to rebound, which if you compare him to Jokic, he's average. You know, 9 rebounds. Jokic had 13. You know, Jokic won a rebounding battle. It's small things. You know, accepting the double team, knowing where to move the ball to, knowing where the double team is coming. And B had 4 assists. Jokic gonna always out-dime him because Jokic got a higher IQ and a higher passing skill. Like, Jokic put the ball in the shooting pocket, and guys just gotta pretty much be ready. You know what I mean? When Jokic deliver it. But yeah, man, when I see Philly, I don't trust him because I don't trust the intangibles things that James Harden brings in terms of you needing him to be an MVP level player. Like, if somehow, somewhere they would have still had Ben Simmons and you got Tobias and you only bring a Harden in to solely facilitate, then cool. If Harden don't have to be an MVP for you to win, then I like Harden on your team. But if you're depending on him to get, you know, 25, 26, 27 points, 10, 11, 12, 13 assists, be efficient from the field, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. And mark my words right here, right now, when they get to the playoffs, and Harden go 3 games in a row shooting 7 for 21, 5 for 19, 6 for 16, 7 turnovers and all that. When y'all see that stuff, don't be surprised. Remember RissKy told you, don't be surprised. Tell him, bro. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, man, because Harden does this all the time. I've been speaking on this all season. Check out my video, Beard Style in Brooklyn. Check out my videos from the trade, Ben Simmons in Brooklyn. I verbally gave the numbers. I gave every reason for why James Harden is on the fast decline this season. And if he don't get his act together, I don't think he will. It's hard to get back to the highest level once you fall off from it. You can know what it feel like to be on that level. You can know what it take in your mind, but physically, is your body willing? Are you willing to get back to that? Doing what it take day to day. Working on your body, that's another thing. Working on your body, resting appropriately, and all those things. I don't think James Harden is down. James Harden, first game in Philly, he had a big game. Embiid had a big game. Everybody high-fiving, the crowd going crazy, everybody loving it. And the first thing James Harden did after the game was post a picture on Twitter with Meat Meals. With Meat Meals, like, it's nothing wrong with, you know, enjoying yourself. You know, you have reached a level of life that most players don't, most people don't. You know, you have gotten to a point where your skill, your hard work, and your dedication have afforded you the ability to put yourself in rooms with people that you probably wouldn't be able to without your talent, you know? But when you get blown out by 35 by Brooklyn, the team you just left, How is it that you're in the club with Travis Scott and Lil Baby just having the best time in the world? Like nothing else matters but that. You know what I mean? Like we fans, so we always gonna hold everything to the basketball standard. I'm not saying James Harden can't have a good time and do this and that, but don't come out and say you're willing to do everything it take to win a championship when you're not. I compare him to players like Curry, LeBron, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett. Were these dudes party animals who was in the studio instead of in the gym? No, these dudes were 100% committed. They showed us how committed they truly were to trying to win, to trying to be the best version of themselves on the floor, because that's their job. That was their profession. If you're a doctor, if you're a surgeon, every single day you should try to do whatever you can to be the best surgeon you can possibly be. You know, if you a football coach teaching the high school, you should drive yourself to want that high school to be the best version that it could possibly be. And I don't think Harden is doing that. Me personally, I seen the hunger from him early in Houston when he was with Dwight Howard and growing into a star. But since he's gotten that MVP, he's kind of carried himself like, oh, I'm MVP Harden, and I'm going to be MVP Harden every time I touch the floor, no matter what. It don't work like that, bro. You got to keep doing the day-to-day things that got you there. And that's one thing we have to respect from a player like LeBron. Like, never cheated us. Work on his body, stay healthy, stay fit, and stay dedicated. That's the main word, dedicated and responsible. He's responsible. Oh, big man. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to come and give my thoughts on that primetime matchup from last night. A lot of people are propelling Embiid to heights in the MVP race that I don't think is deserved. Giannis should have higher consideration at this point than Embiid. It should be Nikola Jokic by a mile. If it was a grade scale to 10, Nikola Jokic should have 9 votes right now. Giannis should have, I ain't going to say 9. Jokic should have 6 votes easily, or 5. He should have at least half of the votes at this point. Giannis should have 2 or 3. Embiid should have 1 or 2. And then you can sprinkle in the rest between DeRozan, Ja Morant, and any other players you feel like have consideration for the MVP. So, yeah, with that being said, it's a 4-game slate tonight. It's mid-afternoon right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get bro ready to stretch it out. And y'all will see me later. Love y'all, man.